strong win for the Swans reserves in the AFL curtain raiser at the SCG against cross-city rivals Hills Eagles. The first quarter was a close one, but after the first break, the Swans ripped it up to hold a 40-point lead at half-time. Hills Eagles were without Dean Costello, Dean Wright and Mark Skuse, who were all out with injury, but they welcomed new recruit Luke Gemmell to the side. He joined them from Macquarie Uni and was impressive, named among the best. Tommy Walsh led the goal count, booting 5 goals, and he had plenty of backup with Head scoring 4 and 3 goals to Everett. Alex Brown, Craig Bird and Jake Lloyd were the Swans' best, helping them to another strong win. The high-flying Sydney Swans reserves continue to rule the roost, holding on to top spot with their 4th win of the season. The score at the final siren, 22-16, 148 to 13-8, 86. It was a tough trip north for Sydney Uni to face the in-form Morningside Panthers. Things were made even worse for the students, with Kelvin Barnes ruled out at the last minute, replaced by Jack Casperson in the warm-up. The Panthers started well to hold a 20-point lead at the first quarter and kept the momentum going and held a 71-18 lead at half-time.
Russ, quick handball, over the top there. Does he get it through? Is it over the line? It is.
Kent Abey led his side with a standout performance in his 200th game.
Kent Abey again, yes!
He was on fire in the second half, finishing with a game-high 6 goals, including one after the siren to extend the score to 125.
It's on its way. The goal umpire has not moved and they get around him. In game number 200, Ken Abey's got 6.
Sydney Uni's Ryan Edwards, Ryan Botten-Noonan and Tom Elkington performed well.
And fine. Who else but the big fella, the Elkington.
Uni needs to regroup ahead of their clash with Hills Eagles, while Morningside look to continue their good form when they face up against Aspley.
Obviously having Kent down there on his 200th we're trying to sort of clear it out for him a little bit there at the back end, so he got a good hold of it, I reckon. But again, we're not trying to be focused on 1 or 2 players. We're trying to share it across the team, and that's part of our game plan, I guess.
Looking at the squad there, I was actually really battling to find more than a handful of players that really played above average. So again, this week we just had too many guys down, and when you play against a good outfit, travelling interstate, you're not going to win games of footy, and that's what reflected on the scoreboard.
Another win for the Eastern Conference premiers Queanbeyan, with the Tigers handing Aspley their 2nd loss of the season in a thrilling encounter at Dairy Farmers. Kane Stevens celebrated his 50th first-grade match, booting 4 goals for Queanbeyan. The Tigers are in top form for the start of the season and full of confidence following their Foxtel Cup win over the NT Thunder, but that win came at a cost, with Beau Walker ruled out after suffering an ankle injury. A great defensive start from the Tigers kept Aspley scoreless in the first quarter, but the Hornets are not to be taken lightly with a massive second half. Jack James helped the Hornets on the scoreboard with 4 goals to his name, with Eddie Sansbury a standout. The best for Queanbeyan include Jeremy Kirkwood, Cade Klemke and Paul Slater. The slow start cost Aspley. They were down by 36 at half-time and managed to outscore the Tigers in the second half with a strong comeback, but it wasn't enough. The Tigers managed to steal back the lead to take the 3-point win. A big win for the Lions, who were simply too strong for the Cats. The 80-point victory puts them on top of the table above Southport. Brisbane welcomed Simon Black and Brent Staker back from injury, playing just over half a game each. Black managed 26 touches in that time, with Staker booting a goal. Jesse O'Brien also made a return from injury, kicking 2 goals. The Lions came out firing after the main break, stopping Broadbeach from kicking any goals in the third quarter. James Pokinghorn was a standout for the Lions, with plenty of support in Nick Hayes in the midfield, and Isaac Conway also a standout. Luke Shreve showed good form for the Cats, as did Benjamin Hancock and Callum Geary. It's the 3rd loss in a row for Broadbeach. They'll be looking for a win when they host Ainslie in round 6. Gold Coast were missing Jack Martin and Jeremy Taylor, both ruled out with concussion. Timmy Summer suited up for the Suns to play his first game with the club, taking a great mark in the first quarter to show he has what it takes. A massive 9-goal haul in the second quarter helped the Suns set up the win. Daniel Gorringe, Danny Stanley and Kyle Horsley working brilliantly in the midfield, delivering the ball to the forwards, who then delivered. Tom Lynch was unstoppable up forward with 6 goals. The Gold Coast side kept the momentum going for the whole match, going into the main break with a strong 50-point lead, finishing up with a 66-point win. Redland have now suffered 3 straight losses. The Suns face the Lions again next round and are hoping for a better result after the round 4 thrashing, but they've lifted their defensive game and should be more confident after such a strong win. The NT Thunder and Labrador faced off in Alice Springs, with the Thunder walking away with a massive win. The NT side started well, nailing 8 goals and just 1 behind to hold a 17-point lead at quarter time,
The goal umpire stands tall.
extending that lead to 54 after a sensational second quarter.
His head waiting at the back. Ewing around onto that left boot, and a third goal on the board to Ewing.
Labrador found it hard to get back into the game, but Rick White and ruckman Fraser Thurlow worked hard for the Tigers. Darren Ewing had a great game for the Thunder with a massive 9-goal haul. Christopher Dunn chipped in with 7 of his own.
Rioli draws the player, gets it to Vassell. Vassell over to Dunn from 30 metres out, bangs it through. Great team goal, NT Thunder.
The NT Thunder proved far too strong for Labrador, taking the win 29-7, 181 to 15-8, 98. Another tough game coming up for Labrador, taking on Southport. It was a close encounter at Kippax with the UWS Giants handing Belconnen their second loss of the season. Last time these two sides met, the Magpies thumped the Giants, but it's a different story this year. The Giants had a good win over Ainsley and Wagga last round, while Belconnen have scored some big wins over Tuggeranong and Sydney Uni. The scoreline was tight from the start, with just 1 point the difference at the first break. The Giants managed to extend the lead to 16 by three-quarter time.
And that's a great kick there by Kirtley Hampton.
A top effort from former Carlton big man Brett Thornton, booting 8 for UWS.
Can he make up for it? He does. Running back with a fly to the footy.
Mark Wiley was best for the Giants, tirelessly tagging James Bennett all game and booting 2 goals for the winners.
Grand on to Wiley. Wiley, the 42, the headband. He's just popped it through, cool as a cucumber.
While Matthew Sharp was a standout for Belconnen. In the end, the Giants claimed the win after a hard-fought contest. The final score, 19-13, 127 to 20-17, 137.
We knew Belconnen were going to come at us, and we stuck to our structures, and that's what I just said to the boys, that even under a bit of fatigue today, we managed to play our game style right at the end of the game, kick our last 2 goals. So, you know, that's pleasing from a coaching point of view.
Across the board, I think we've improved probably 15%. We just continue to turn the footy over at crucial times, you know, miss crucial goals that they were able to go down the other end and score.
On the Northern Ladder, the Brisbane Lions hold top spot, followed closely by Southport, both unbeaten for season 2013. Morningside sit third, then it's NT Thunder and the Gold Coast Suns. Aspley are 7, Redland and Broadbeach following, with Mount Gravatt yet to notch up a win. The Sydney Swans reserves and Queanbeyan remain unbeaten on top of the Eastern Conference ladder, followed by the UWS Giants, Belconnen and Eastlake with 2 wins apiece. Ainsley sit just outside the top 5. Not far behind, it's Hills Eagles, then Tuggeranong. Sydney Uni at the bottom, still chasing victory. So for round 6, UWS Giants take on Eastlake at Star Track Oval. Ainsley hit the road to face Broadbeach. Mount Gravatt host Belconnen. The Tigers face Tuggeranong at Dairy Farmers. And the Swans reserves have the bye. The Gold Coast Suns are up against the Lions. Aspley face Morningside. Redland are at home against NT Thunder. And Southport face Labrador. For more info, head to neafl.com.au and stay up to date with NEAFL fixtures, results and news. Simply download the NEAFL app from the App Store.